Obviously that was a tough game. We knew coming in they were really good, and I know that they had played really well to start the year. They went through a little bit of a lull, and then they've really figured it out after Christmas. I thought for us the challenge was matching their three-point shooters, which we obviously did a pretty good job of. They play really small, but our game plan coming in was really we were trying to protect the paint, and they just were killing us in the paint all night. And so we've got to just stay with it. I mean, obviously games like that aren't easy. They can be a little bit of embarrassing. I didn't think we executed on the offensive side of the ball until there were some stretches there in the second half where we got a little bit of a rhythm. We've just got to find that and maintain that pretty early. Obviously, Ben's getting a lot of attention right now. I mean, they seem to have two guys on him at all times, and we've got to do some things, and guys got to make some shots to kind of free that up a little bit, and we're capable of it. I do think the other thing, I thought we were exhausted. I mean, just looking at our guys today, I mean, we looked really, really tired. And I think that might be a little bit of the product of our guys are playing a ton of minutes. We got to get some guards healthy, let Nick get a little bit of a blow, and move forward from there.
Ben, you guys went 11 minutes and 18 seconds without a field goal. Just does it feel suffocating when every possession is going down one shot, rebound the other way? I mean, what's that like out there?
Yeah, I mean, it can get a little demoralizing at times, and just honestly really frustrating. I thought we got decent looks all night. They just weren't falling. So the big thing for our group is we can't let our offensive struggles, dictate our defense. I thought that happened a little bit. We weren't as locked in, as disciplined as we needed to be.
Matt, from your perspective on the sideline, just watching that stretch of 11, 18 without a field goal.
Yeah.
Is there a magic play call that you try to free up an easy basket? Obviously with Ben getting double, triple team, that would be the play you go to.
No, I mean, as I look at it, were we getting – I thought that there was a stretch to start the half where we were not, getting the shots that I want us to get. And then they kind of, pushed it. And then, I did think we got, decent looks at it. The ball just wasn't falling. And so, we've got to do a better job of continuing to find the right shot for us on a consistent basis. But if you look at the stat line, the guys that didn't really shoot the ball particularly well today, they're gonna make shots, and it just wasn't our night. And it's gonna be really hard to overcome 3 starting guards shooting like that. And so. We got to get their bodies fresh. We got to get their confidence back, and we got a couple days to do that.
I want to ask you about a particular play. They hit a shot late in the first half. Nick grabs the ball, he's going to inbound it. Everybody goes back. You guys have to call a timeout there. Obviously,
we went small there, and we haven't played really small. So we had guys, and usually Ben or one of our other bigs is taking it out, and so. We have practiced that lineup, but we haven't practiced it necessarily in the full court as much. So that was the situation there.
Ben, there's a couple games that Matt and I have talked about this, but just the Valley knows who you are. They're going to throw a ton at you. Mm-hmm. What do you have to do to try to beat that?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to find ways to adjust. Pick different spots, get into different actions to find looks for me, but also to find looks that will open up other guys. If they're going to triple team me. Double team, whatever, there's going to be a guy or two open. So we got to take advantage of that.
I thought, pretty much all night, Paul, Ben was actually, we've been working on doing a great job of getting out of that double team. We were shooting open threes on the other side of the court, and it just, wasn't going in.
You talk about matching up a little bit. They played smaller. You want to play smaller, also protect the paint. Joe played really well the other day. Was it just a bad matchup?
Yeah, it was a tougher matchup. I mean, there were some thoughts, to do that. I liked what Max was giving us, but Joe is still, very much in the thought. I think he played well the other night. He had a better matchup, but he's going to keep his head. He's going to continue to fight.
Ben, I feel like I've asked you this question before, but as a senior leader, just what do you got to do to say to these guys to just get ready for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, just stay together. That's the biggest kind of message coming from a night like tonight. You know, just keep trusting the process. You know, understand the valley's a grind, and we play again in a few days. So just stick together and keep trusting.
In the first half, they had 12 of their 15 baskets they had assists on. They really shared the ball very well. And what was the problem on the baseline? It just seemed like they just had their way with you.
Oh, driving, yeah. So they were screening our post guy. And so our post guy wasn't doing a good enough job of getting up. And so they were running a ball screen, they were rolling their big, but then they were screening it with, we call them a must dribble guard. And so our big needed to do a better job of keeping it off that baseline. It was one of the things we talked about at halftime.